And welcome back to Rhythm of London. In today's show, we're going to be learning everything there is to know about busking.
Our guests for this little session are Leo, who's just given a brilliant performance. Thank you so much for that.
Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. And we have Reggie Garcia, who is a journalist and is writing a book on busking.
But before we begin, we're going to have a look at a few short films, all featuring the London music scene, created and submitted by our lovely fans.
Take away the buskers would be take away a real part of the vibe of the city.
Leo and Reggie, welcome back to the studio. Thank you both for being here. So, Leo, tell us a bit about why you got into busking.
So I always liked the idea of busking. It's such an honest feedback that you get from a crowd. You don't get that anywhere else. You see, if someone stands, listens to your music, he really has to like it because he's got something else to do. So yeah, that's the main reason why I got into busking.
And there's a real sense of spontaneity to that, and I can see that actually coming out in your performance here in the studio today, which is brilliant.
Thank you.
It really lends to it. Reggie, I'm wondering what your thoughts are on starting out as a performer, a street artist.
Well, it's solely down to the artists themselves whether they enter this world or not. However, this is a community that really cares for you, and there's no competition. And it's just a great place to start out, I think.
Yeah, and it's something we've been wanting to ask people as well. What's actually stopping them to listen to a busker? So we took that to the streets, and here's what they had to say.
Obviously, the quality, the sound.
Quality of music. If they're playing nice music and my style of music, I'll stop and listen and donate.
If they sing really well and the atmosphere feels nice, and I would just give some money to help.
Really interesting stuff. So, Leo, do you get nervous when you perform?
I sometimes do, especially when there's a crowd listening to you. You feel like you have to keep up with the quality of entertainment. Yeah.
Now, there are lots of regulations and restrictions when it comes to busking. Let's have a look at our next lot of films which tackle this subject.
We need people to be distracted from our lives, from our problems, from our works, from our jobs.
Too many rules from human beings, you know? So, I mean, like, somebody should be free to express himself without any even pain where he's standing to express himself.
There does need to be some control, but it shouldn't be limiting. It should, for those with talent, it should be helping, not limiting and not getting in the way. I'm not sure that it does at the moment.
If they try to stop it, they would just find somewhere else to do it.
So, Leo, what do you think about all these regulations? Are they restrictive?
I mean, in London, it's legal to go busking on public land. So I think London is a really good city for busking. And yeah, you might have to queue on some popular spaces, but that's it.
Well, in Boston, you don't need a permit to busk in parks or on sidewalks or anything. Obviously, there are laws about noise and disturbance and stuff, but there is no stopping talent.
So that's interesting. Would you say then that talent is the most essential aspect to make a busker successful?
Talent's not the only thing that makes you successful. I think the secret to these performances is the ability to create the correct repertoire of songs and the right location. So Tottenham Court Road, for instance, is on the top busking locations, and a busker can easily earn up to £100 in a couple of hours.
As a busker, you have to think like an entrepreneur to make a living of it. Yeah.
That's incredible, and just to hear that you can earn so much in such a short time, that's amazing. Yeah. Well, let's take a look at the rest of the short films that have been submitted by the fans.
Great stuff. So, Leo, tell us a bit about the audition process.
So I never auditioned for a busking slot, but yeah, there are certain places like the Underground where you have to do an audition. Yeah, but there are so many other dedicated busking spots that are just as good.
So I always thought that you had to audition more widely than just the Underground as well, which is really interesting. And I've been thinking quite a lot about how buskers receive their money. It's mainly cash, but I believe that's progressing more nowadays.
Yeah. So Busk in London is evolving. They're now collaborating with a company called iZettle, which allows people who don't normally carry cash to simply tap and pay. So a performer can just preset a tip amount onto a card reader. Busking is an essential part of London, and artists really need to adjust to this cashless era. Otherwise, they're just going to get left behind.
It's a really interesting development.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, that's all we've got time for today, but we are going to end the show with another performance from Leo.
Also, just another big thanks to Reggie Garcia. Thanks for both coming in today.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We'll see you all next week for another Rhythmic episode. In the meantime, stay safe, stay alive, and don't forget, music is the answer.